Okay, greetings. Again, my name is Jesse. I don't know the date or the time. It's early in the morning, approximately 5 a.m. in El Paso, Texas, in the United States of America. If you wonder why I close, anytime that I use a city's name, I specify the countries because we're living in a global society as far as social media is concerned. So it's polite to the reader, to the audience, to let them know what area of the country the media is being produced in. Today, the subject is just a basic subject. It's the beauty of life. I think that sometimes, well, one of the reasons for, and again, the more I talk, the more I cough, so just I've gotten used to it. Hope you have. One of the reasons for the reason that I write on this subject or will do a video is I don't do a lot of video essays, but one of the reasons is that if you pay attention to society, you get the impression that it's all a hard mess and that it's impossible to live a good life. And I can tell you that it's not impossible. The title of this is The Beauty of Life. There is a lot of there's in this world of what's the word? It's not ugliness. Very complicated world. Issues like Ebola and ISIS and security issues in African nations and in Middle Eastern countries. Here in America, you have a president and Democrats who have decided to attack religious freedom, almost everything that America was founded on, the free enterprise system, the freedom of the individual rights, and have tried to go to the far left and abandon traditional family values and take up the so-called battle of homosexuality and apparently the war on women that none of us were apparent that it was going on. And if you pay attention, you would think that you would get the impression, it wouldn't be unreasonable that you would get the impression that the world's a mess, life's a mess, and you would start to feel depressed, even start to experience anxiety, and start to fall under the impression that life is ugly and it's not worth it anymore. But but the reality is that life is not ugly. Life is what we make it. You and I are not in charge of the world. You and I are not in charge of Russia. We're not in charge of Obama. We're not in charge of our local elected officials, at least to the extent where we can order them to do what we believe to be correct. But you do have some, what's the word? You have control. You have the ability to have impact. And starting at the beginning, if the essay is on the beauty of life, let me run through a list that I have of things that I consider still beautiful. Young love, young innocent love is still beautiful. We've perverted it with sexual liberty, but in itself, it's still beautiful. A newborn is still beautiful. Children playing is still beautiful. If you're into mountains, rivers, nature, bears and lions are still, awesome. And in your marriage is an opportunity to enjoy yourself, which is something that is beautiful in life. You don't have to go down that road of negativity. A long time ago, I started using the word health versus illness. The road of negativity is illness. If you want to have a happy marriage, be a pleasant person. Be a mature grown-up. And that's beautiful when two people are in a marriage and they're working together at enjoying themselves in a healthy manner and expressing their love in a healthy manner, and there is success in the marriage, because there is health, which leads to peace, love, and joy. So it's possible to stay married for 60 years. I know there's a lot of people out there saying that the animal, because apparently we all belong to the animal kingdom because of evolution, but then the animals are not built to be monogamous. You want to call us animals, you'd have to call us wise animals. We are animals that can learn intellectually. I know people keep making statements that their dogs are intelligent. No, your dog's just like any other dog, and it can be conditioned using a reward system. And we're all really in life, that's all we all do. We follow pleasure, we avoid pain. Pleasure being the reward system, and relief of pain being a reward system. But if you're looking for things that are beautiful in life, monogamy, fidelity is still possible. What an individual, people don't like this, but you were built with certain functions. You can fight it all you want. You can talk to people and ask them, are you happy in your sexually liberated life? And they will tell you no. Because it's in violation of the true essence of a human being. What a human being was made to be. What a human being was made for. We were made for fidelity. We were made for monogamy. We were made for faithfulness, loyalty. We were also made to have fun and to be that friend, that special, intimate friend to our spouse. Now, again, if you listen to the stuff of our environment, and I call environment the world, the country we live in, the city we live in, and our environment is filled, let's call it our intellectual environment. Our intellectual environment is filled with music, television programs, movies, magazine articles, social media, video essays, blogs, and everybody's trying to tell you that they know what life is and they know how you should live your life. And the people who are telling you to be sexually liberated aren't helping you. In fact, I would have to say they're hurting you. But I was thinking as I was meditating how to structure this video, the reality is that I'm not an anti-person. I'm a pro-person. Through formal studies, I got a Bachelor of Science, majored in psychology, minored in science, from the Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia, United States of America. And the book knowledge is helpful in understanding the individual. But also I've spent a lot of time questioning the issues of life and coming to certain conclusions. Not because I like the conclusions, not because I've been brainwashed to these conclusions, because when I see the individual, the human being, and factor in all the elements that contribute to a person's health, I can see that being a positive individual is healthy, being a hopeful person is healthy, being a person who believes is healthy, being a person who dedicates their life to the good and avoids the bad, being a person who seeks health and avoids illness. Smoking is illness, overeating is illness. Do we have to learn? Yeah, we've been catatonic in a hospital somewhere, and all of a sudden we start to move and we start to think and we start to sense life again, and we need to learn these topics, these themes of life in order to help us live the life that we want to live. And marriage is still beautiful. Society has made it some peculiar corrupted entity, but marriage in itself is still beautiful. You need individuals to be married. Not you. We in society need individuals to be married. We need individuals to raise children well. If you look at why there is so much pain and suffering in the world, all you have to do is look at the relationship between the child and the parent. Now, I should be able to say child and parents, But there's a good chance that most people were not raised in a home with two parents. That's what we have made of life. That's not what life has made of us. That's what we have made of life. But however, we're smart. We're wise people. We can listen to the messages that people tell us and take what is good, what brings us happiness, what allows us to believe and gain confidence. I, as an individual, get rather upset when I hear people fighting self-esteem. The principle, well, an important life energy, an important life positive energy is self-esteem. Is what allows us to feel good and is what allows us to enjoy life. And self-esteem is built in the relationship between the child and the parent. It's also built in the relationship between individuals and other individuals. We're experiencing a culture, an environment. To me, culture and environment is the same thing. Where you get we have this new term, bullying, which is pushing other people around, insulting and offending people. And in reality, it's nothing more than verbal abuse. These are crimes, by the way. I'm surprised at individuals who say, we don't know how to deal with it. Well, you have laws written to protect people. And if somebody's committing a crime, you call the police and they take the suspect into custody and the trial is held. So, however, the key is that as much as other people are going to be difficult individuals, troublesome individuals, our own self-esteem, it's personal, it's internal, it's how we feel about ourselves. We shouldn't pay that much attention to what people are saying about us. One of the details of human existence, human reality, is that there are people who like to abuse, who like to beat up, who like to destroy, and they do it on a regular basis. The key is, the healthy thing is to not be their victim. When I think about everything that life has to offer, the freedom to choose our destiny, that's something beautiful, by the way. To have a dream and to live in an environment, a country, where you can work to make your dreams come true. And to receive everything that comes from having your dreams come true. All the happiness, the joy, the peace, and the love. And when we're confronting these issues, we have to realize that if we're going to dedicate ourselves to a healthy life, if we're going to go out in this crazy world and say, I'm going to focus on what's good, I'm going to focus on what's positive, I'm going to focus on what's optimistic, I'm going to focus on what's hope, I'm going to believe in myself, I'm going to like myself, I'm going to build up my self-esteem with my positive inner voice. I'm not going to destroy myself with my negative inner voice. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to enjoy a 24-hour rhythm in my day by seeking healthy, personal, simple pleasures of life. When you do all that, you got to realize that everything that you have has value, it's important, and you have to take care of it. In a world where every day there's another person who has listened, let me first explain this concept. I'm trying to develop an article, but I just don't want to write anymore. But the name of the article is the Seductive Whispers of Satan. There is a God. If there's a God, there's a Satan. And all of us hear that voice, that inner voice, that leads us to drugs, leads us to alcoholism, leads us to be mean to our spouse, leads us to be mean to our neighbors, our co-workers. And the healthy thing is to not follow it. But some people will follow it and become murderers and rapists and thieves. And that means that if we are people who value life and value everything that is good in life, then we have to be people who can protect life. And I mean absolutely protect it. Protect life with a gun, protect life with a canister of tear gas, protect life with a taser, protect life with self-defense strategies. And also, you have to be smart. You can't just walk around with your head down, not being aware of what's around you. You have to look up and see what's coming at you so you can prepare yourself. You can prepare to defend yourself. So, when you're looking at life and you're going out to believe that life is good and life is still beautiful, you have to understand that it's a natural fear to think that everything can be taken from you. But you answer that fear by setting up some structures and strategies to defend yourself. Again, by all means necessary. And when you're balancing your life, dedicating yourself to what's good, enjoying things that are honestly enjoyable, because there's a lot of things that maybe you can enjoy but they're not really healthy, therefore they're not really enjoyable. But dedicating yourself to that, you have to understand that what politicians do threaten our life, the life we build, the life that we find a good and pleasing life. Threatens it. The $18 trillion national debt threatens that life. Obama's arrogant attitude that he can do whatever he wants without Congress. Having no respect for the United States Constitution and the procedure that the United States Constitution has built. And in a conversation about what's beautiful in life, as much as a rose is beautiful, it is also beautiful to be part of your healthy society. What we have in society is not healthy. Here in El Paso, Texas, USA, a lot of, I'm going to call them road decorations have popped up. Gates, overpass, lighted, strange metal structures, sculptures, artistic sculptures is what somebody told me they were. And the issue is, for me, why are they necessary? The road is necessary, the sidewalk is necessary, lights are necessary. These decorative road elements are not necessary, and money is being spent on that. And instead of money being spent on garbage collection and law enforcement, those in positions of power have decided to waste our tax dollars on these decorative elements of the road. And when we stand up and say, listen, Mr. Elected Official, this is poor administration of public funds. There's beauty in that, because you're taking care of what rightfully belongs to you. That's part of the beauty of life, taking care of what we have. If it's a small apartment, we take care of it. If it's a big home, we take care of it. We take care of our jobs, our employment. We take care of our children. We take care of our cars. Being a responsible person is part of what's beautiful in life. And I was having a conversation with a person. I talk to people. I wish they would leave me alone, but what can I do? There they are. And I was trying to get this individual to understand that in society there has to be a good balance. Right now we don't have a good balance. Just if you're in the United States of America and just focusing on national politics, ask yourself what the president and his Democratic have been engaged in for the last 6 years. He came in with an $800 billion quote-unquote stimulus package. All that did was add to the national debt. Didn't create any jobs, didn't save anybody's home, didn't help the economy, grow and develop. We know this because it's documented. I'm not lying to you. Go to the internet, Google it, and you'll see the facts. He left that and okay, he was parading around a little bit of how he was responsible for ending the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. We still have soldiers in Afghanistan, we still have soldiers in Iraq, and now he's talking about sending more soldiers to Iraq. And George W. Bush and Dick Cheney arranged the status of forces agreement between Iraq and the United States of America before they left office, so the troops were supposed to leave at the assigned date without Mr. Obama having anything to do with it. Now, be patient. This will come around and you'll see how it contributes to what is beautiful in life. Okay? Let me see. What Mr. Obama believes to be his greatest accomplishment, what we all call Obamacare, and some people sarcastically call the Affordable Health Care Act, basically is nothing more than armed stormtroopers for the insurance companies. The insurance companies got a whole bunch of people that have to buy their products. Freedom is one of those things that's beautiful in life. With the Obamacare, you were robbed of your freedom to choose, because you can choose as long as you choose what they're offering, and what they're offering may not necessarily be what is convenient or beneficial to you. When we're making purchases, we make purchases as far as what we need, and we make purchases as far as what we want. We need a manner of which to be able to pay for health care in a complicated, expensive environment. Yes. But we also don't want to be forced into a financial relationship where the insurance companies get all the benefit and the consumer gets none of the benefit. And when we're structuring our life and we want to focus ourselves on what's good and decent and everything that is beautiful, we got to understand that if we don't get involved, then these kind of things happen. It really is keep it simple, stupid. You and I work. And because you and I work and benefit from the military and benefit from the FBI and benefit from CIA, then we should pay for these services. Nothing wrong with that. As long as government is being responsible in how it administers the taxpayers' money, there's nothing wrong with paying for the government that we get a benefit from. Because of politics, when I was having this conversation with this person, trying to get them to understand that there has to be balance in society. The balance in society is government respecting the people, and the people respecting themselves, and the people respecting their neighbor. Trying to get them to understand that there's things in government we don't need. When you have a dream, that's something beautiful. And you work to make that dream come true, which that's also something very attractive, very beautiful. And you spend 90% of your salary to pay for government that is decorative gates and metal sculptures on the side of the road. That's not beautiful. Our money is for us to enjoy our lives. It's for us to buy gifts of the hearts for our spouses, flowers, chocolates, perfume, we call those cruises, vacations, anything that your spouse may like that you believe is going to make them happy. That's why you give gifts of the heart, because you want to make them happy. And if your money is tied up in the mess of government, you're going to lose sight of the beauty of life. There's this, I'm going to mention his name, there's this radio host, talk show host named Glenn Beck. And he's been talking about his health and things that have been going on with him. And I've heard him mention that he still doesn't know what life is or how he's supposed to live. Okay. All of us, regardless of our circumstances, a security guard, a waitress, a taxi driver, an owner of a major entertainment company, have things that we like. We've always had things that we liked. We always had sports. We always had entertainment. Entertainment in itself is not a bad thing. What's on television now is being ignored because it violates the natural essence of the individual. Shows like Little House on the Prairie, and I forget the other one, The Waltons. Those shows appeal to people, even though the media believes that they don't. What shows like Little House on the Prairie and The Waltons do is they keep you settled and you're not tempted by commercials. So this is what they're doing to you. You understand the psychology of it. They want naked ladies on television because they'll get you excited, and when you see the commercial of soda, cars, whatever, you're going to be titillated and you're going to be in the mood to purchase. That's why you have all of this stuff. It's because the more that they can get you to the point of excitation, the more you will be purchasing things. And now, in the comfort of your own home, you're tied into the largest mall ever created, which is called the internet. So they show you these things that make you drool. The program, whatever the program is. I don't watch TV, so I can't mention a program. Let me see, have I seen something just by channel surfing? Nope. Doesn't matter. You watch TV, you know what I'm talking about. So they show you that, and it gets you all excited, and then they bring in the commercial. Tablets. And you're excited, and you're tied into this purchasing leads to joy. So right there when you're watching the television program, you're messing with your computer and you're purchasing things. And that's what they're doing to you. It has nothing to do with entertainment, has nothing to do with the quality of entertainment. Let me see, I guess if I could, hold on here. I have a tendency not to want to mess with the internet. Because, okay, so I'm just going to find entertainment and see what's out there. So you're watching, no, I don't think you're watching that. Okay, something here this is why I don't mess with the internet, because modern technology is just not as modern as they say it is. Okay, so let me try this. Okay, just for way an example, mess with this little computer here. No. It would help if I knew what I was doing. Okay. Just to give you an example of a program. Okay. That's on television. Oh, that's right. I do watch them. NCIS. Yes, I know. It's stupid. Government agents don't behave this way. But what do you have in NCIS? If you're going to dissect it psychologically, you have the little punk rock chick in the basement, and now today, and you've always had a among the men a pretty girl, which was the first brunette, or Cote de Pablo, the second brunette. Now they have a blonde. So they show you this. They were talking. I forgot, but they were talking about something sexually titillating. Banter. Sexually titillating banter between the characters, and bam, right into commercial. and I forget what the commercial was. And that's the psychology of what they're doing to you. In a conversation about what's beautiful in life, you get to see what's ugly in life. These programs that are nothing more but sexually titillating to get you to purchase a car, a computer, a smartphone, any kind of medicine or thing that they say, snake oil, that's going to help you, it's going to make you healthier. And we're made to look for things like Little House on the Prairie and the Waltons. That's what appeals to us. I'm surprised that right now, today, in this day and age, that Christian churches are missing out on fulfilling a very large vacuum. There has to be writers, book writers, play screenwriters, people who have written stuff and they've received the rejection letters. And I'm just surprised that with all the resources at our disposal, that all these creative Christians can't produce family entertainment for people who are looking for what's beautiful in life. People who are looking for what's young love. People who are looking for, newborns and families. In fact, healthy families. We have examples of what some of us would call unhealthy families. And somebody always keeps telling me, that's why I try not to talk to people, that the show Modern Family, it's a reflection of a lot of families in America. And I hate to tell you this, but it's not. It's a reflection of some families in America, but it's not a reflection in the majority of families in America. And the reason that I would make that statement is because there is a creator who created life with certain elements. He created us with certain elements. We look for what's beautiful. We look for what's attractive. Those people who want to manipulate us psychologically present us with sexual arousal for the purposes of selling a product. And that's the ugly part. The beauty part is true entertainment, true art. God is the greatest artist ever, and He created the human body. However, it is beautiful when a man and a woman only share themselves with each other and not with the rest of the world. There doesn't have to be nude scenes in movies. I was going to say there doesn't have to be nude scenes in television programs. Then I was going to correct myself because in network television, network television offers no nude scenes, but that's wrong. There is nudity in network television, in cable television. Almost everywhere you turn. Now, there's nothing wrong with the human body. However, it's beautiful when only the man and the woman share that level of intimacy with each other. And when you're a person looking for what's beautiful in life, young love, newborns, happy families, tasty treats, delicious meals, good literature, good music, and you're in this world of ugliness, you're going to start to feel ugly. If you focus on illness, if you focus on the negative. You don't have to focus on the negative. You can focus on what's beautiful in life. And you can focus on what's beautiful in your life. Hopefully you consider your children beautiful. Hopefully you consider the love between you and your children beautiful. Hopefully you're motivated by that love to be good to your children and to help your children have emotional balance and to acquire the necessary wisdom to be able to manage the demands of life. You're just not there. Your role as a parent isn't just to feed your children, to house your children, and clothe your children. It's to give your children the emotional wisdom, the intellectual wisdom, and the spiritual wisdom that will help them meet the demands of life. Why are there so many messed up children? Because there are so many messed up adults. Plain and simple. And of course, we know of the worst that we can imagine. But the beauty in life is that we're built in a way that we can be our own worst enemy, work against ourselves, do everything possible every day to destroy ourselves, and then one day that light goes off. One of the beautiful things in life is that hope is always there. We can stop being an ugly, negative cynic who spends his or her time criticizing everybody else and doesn't invest any personal energy in ourselves. And we can start thinking of a different way to live a life. We can start thinking of a healthy way to live a life. With health comes responsibility. Responsibility in your city, in your county, in your state, in your country. But you don't get obsessed with politics. There are, I was going to say there's 10 things, and there's a million things in life that you can enjoy. Your children, one of them. Your spouse is another. I know that we're not taught how to live a healthy life. I know that. I see it every day. If we were taught how to live a healthy life, we'd have healthy people. And we don't. We have unhealthy people. We have unhealthy people running red lights and killing somebody. We have unhealthy people driving while drunk or hyped up on drugs and killing other people. But again, the beauty in life is that we can stop, think of what we're doing, understand why we're doing it, and then start working at a better philosophy in life. Being positive is part of the beauty of life. You're not going to save the world. I'm sorry. I guess I got to add this admonition. When you start living a good life that is healthy for you, that you're going to enjoy, doesn't mean that the rest of the world is going to change. And it doesn't mean that if you start talking to people about your newfound wisdom and your newfound peace and your newfound love and joy, that they're going to accept the message. They're not. Trust me. I've been at this for a very long time. As attractive as the message is, as helpful as the message is, I'm going to say 95% of the people that I've spoken to about it go on and continue to be the miserable, ugly people that they've always been, and they will always probably be. Again, the seductive whispers of Satan. People listen to that voice. People listen to that inner voice of temptation, and that's how they live their life. Then one of the things that comes with that seductive voice is the element of fear. That if you don't do this, then something bad's going to happen to you. And as long as that's the message you're receiving from those forces that are unseen, you're going to tie into it. But the question is, are you getting out of life what you want? A biological organism like us, who was created with certain functions, is searching for happiness. It's an internal desire. And until we get to that status in our life, a point in time in our lives where we know how to be happy, to be healthy is to be happy. Till we get to that point, we're always going to be searching. And what movies and televisions are telling you to search for isn't going to do it for you. Tradition is going to do it for you. The beauty in being a parent is going to do it for you. The beauty in being a spouse is going to do it for you. The beauty of being a happy, healthy spouse that is working together with their spouse to build something good in their own life, but in the life of their marriage. That's what's going to do it for you. And it's not an attack on the media, but I have to say it. the more we spend our time in the ugly environment, the more it affects us. The more you watch these television programs, the more it's going to imprint messages into your day-to-day philosophy. And you will believe that you can do this. You will believe that you can live this life and nothing will happen. But you'll always be searching. And you'll always be searching because something's missing. And what is missing is a focus on what's beautiful in life. From young love to the newborn, to good music, good literature, good food, good treats, special moments with friends, special moments with family members. We're coming up on Thanksgiving, and if you look at the media, apparently everybody goes home to Thanksgiving to declare war on the siblings, family members they don't like. It's not 100%. It can't be 100% because that's against the nature that God created us to have. Trust me, it's going to be a lot. 70% of families are going to be happy, and it's going to be enjoyable events. And only the people who have missed out on the message, who are caught up in this, this whirlpool of the media's attempt to psychologically manipulate you so you'll buy their products. Only those people are missing out on what's good in life and what's beautiful in life. But today's message is a message of hope. Life is still beautiful. And we're here to make life what it is. And if our life isn't beautiful, it's because we decided to make it something that isn't beautiful. We decided to make it something that's not healthy. We decided to make it something that is illness, where we're laughing arrogantly, thinking that we know more than everybody else, and everybody else is just a stupid dummy. I'm going to tell you, you're going to get very little out of life if all you do is spend your time ridiculing your neighbor. To get something good out of life, you have to invest in yourself. You have to work on yourself. Laughing at your neighbor, you may be right about your neighbor's defaults. It doesn't help you build you. It doesn't help you build a good, healthy you that knows how to live a life where you're feeling good, where you have great self-esteem, where you're confident. Not only where you're confident to meet the challenges of life, but where you're confident in yourself. You believe in yourself. Whatever it is, you know you can do it. If you want to look at politics, I look at politics not to obsess on politics, not to cheerlead for a team, not to get obsessed on winning. I have to win. It's because there are answers. Obama's answers are not answers. It's garbage. Liberal answers are not answers. All that leads to is teenage pregnancy, gangs, violence, crime. A lot of people who are just severely tortured because they have dreams, they just don't have hope. And they're stuck in that internal fight where they don't want to accept that it's over, that there's no reason to hope. And that's a torturous hell for some people. I was telling this person who I was talking to, government only gives you enough to keep you poor. End of statement. They trot out some people who say, look, this person got a government grant, school loans, became a successful professional, but try to find 1 million of those type of people. You won't. And it's sad because you could be a person of wisdom, fully empowered by knowing what you need to meet your emotional needs, your mental needs, your spiritual needs, how to interact with people, how to interact with your spouse in order to have a happy, comfortable, peaceful married life. You could be a person of wisdom if you choose to be. But if all you're doing is looking for what they tell you should be looking for sexual consumption through materialism, you're not going to be happy. But it's your choice, though. Life will always be beautiful. No matter how much of a problem politicians make, no matter how much trouble ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, no matter how much trouble those people make, life will still be beautiful. And it's our, not only is this our privilege to find the beauty in life in all this madness, it's also responsibility and obligation. Because when we stand up for what's good, we protect society, and we allow the existence of what's good to be there and available to the children of the future. It is our choice. It is our choice to be who we are, however we are, and in that, it's our choice to be people who can find the beauty in life.